Hey everybody, I wanted to talk real quickly about the notion of classroom community. Lots of times when I'm talking with teachers, either veteran teachers or new teachers, I get to the topic where they start talking about classroom management and they start talking about how students are not engaged in their topics, no matter what it is, in the arts or just general education. So I wanted to really just kind of throw out there some ideas and some ways that we can address this first from the ground level. And that's the concept of community mattering. Mattering, I guess is a way to say it, but community matters. And I think if you don't get that idea, then teaching and presenting things to students is never going to work. So understanding that community matters leads us to the next idea that everybody in the community matters. So one of the things I try and strive for in my communities or my classrooms, or even if I'm talking to a large group of people, is making them feel like it's a safe place to be. When I say safe, I mean not safe in the terms like something bad is going to happen to them, but it's almost focusing on an idea of what is it that draws them into listening to me when I speak. What is it that makes them feel like they're engaged? Number one, the thing I do is I try and set up the room a certain way, which we always, can't always do this, but taking consideration the way you set up the room where you're creating a community, like a big U, and everybody can kind of see one another, somewhat like a Socratic seminar or a Socratic circle. That feels safe. It feels engaging. It feels like people belong. It's a showing up again. Everybody mattering, and, as opposed to the child in the back or the person in the back, the adult in the back, hiding 3 rows back. The other thing I try and really focus on is helping people understand that if they're engaged, if a student's engaged, that what they're saying matters and it's coming across, and if someone's speaking, we're listening. I feel like a lot of classrooms get to the point where students are not engaged because they don't feel like people are really listening to them. They don't feel, again, like they matter. I just happened to speak about this yesterday to a group of induction students or new students to our district, and it just really fell on my heart to say something more about it and to talk a little bit more and maybe get this conversation rolling. But what it is it's an atmosphere where if I don't feel like I'm being heard, then why should I try and speak, and therefore why should I listen? And the last thing I just want to address in this first installment of talking about community mattering is how we teach people, students, to listen for real. The concept came across to me when I asked a group of students in a very large venue what the word listen meant to them. And about 95% of them said they felt that it meant be quiet or shut up. And what I would say is, number one, that's disturbing. And number two, trying to teach them that the word listen, and when I say listen, it means I'm about to give you a gift. Let's say that again. Trying to teach people to become better listeners starts with understanding that the word listen means I'm about to give you a gift. I'm about to say something that's worth your time because we've developed a community where people matter. You care what I say because you know that I care, etc. All these things that we're familiar with. But again, making sure that they feel safe, making sure that they are engaged, and making sure that once all of the atmospherical things are in line, that they start to participate in a way that's real, and they're listening for real because the gifts are coming from not only the teacher or the person in charge, but from someone else who's partaking in the conversation. So just again, starting to get the ball rolling in an idea or a topic which addresses a number one issue, that community matters, not only in a classroom, but in a neighborhood, wanting to help each other. Community does matter. So I'm curious your thoughts on this, and hopefully it'll become more of a dialogue where we can exchange ideas and develop some purpose.